Why are you more likely to have a heart attack at 8 o'clock in the morning, or crash your car on the motorway at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Can taking your medication at the right time of day really save your life? And why should you encourage your teenager to lie in the morning? The answers to these questions lie in the secret world of the biological clock. Most of us are oblivious to them, but the clocks ticking deep inside our bodies dominate every moment of every day of our lives.
We tend to think that we eat and drink whenever we choose, but actually those behaviours are very much influenced by the body clock.
Tonight's Horizon is a journey inside our bodies and into this secret world. Honed through millions of years of evolution, the body clock is your guide to what you really should be doing at any point in the day.
Modern life tends to abuse internal time. We have this exquisite system, and we just ride over the top of it and ignore it. It's extraordinary.
So, will you choose to listen to your body or suffer the consequences?
If you're running your body physiology against its natural cycle, there'll be a price to pay.
"24 hours a day, 365 days a year, our lives on Earth are dominated by the ticking hand of time. Atomic clocks and satellites keep time precisely across the Earth's surface, maintaining accuracy to a tenth of a billionth of a second per day. But there are some people who are more interested in a different sort of clock.
Have you ever thought, how does your body know what time of day it is? It's not looking at your watch.
These scientists investigate the clocks and rhythms inside our bodies. They're known as chronobiologists.
That is a very complicated one.
Horizon has gathered together the world's leading experts in the field.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
They will give you a unique insight into how your body works.
There's great advantages to be gained from understanding how the body clock works. It's a starting point for how we engage with the world.
By bringing together the latest research in the field, Horizon has created the ultimate personal organizer. This is all the information that you need to live life to the maximum. It's the start of the day, and for most of us, time to get out of bed. But across Britain, there's one group in society who seem to find this much harder than everybody else. Welcome to the world of the teenage zombie and the most dysfunctional of body clocks.
Taylor! How are you?
Yes.
On the average school day morning, 14-year-old Taylor McCulloch takes 2 hours and 4 alarm clocks to get out of bed.
Taylor!
If I didn't get him up, he wouldn't go to school. He would just lie in bed until about 11:30 and then get up and say he slept in.
At Taylor's school, headmaster Paul Kelly has to contend with over 500 teenagers just like him.
What you see around you in a school is you see students who don't somehow seem to be at their best in the morning.
Usually till about 12 I'm a bit groggy, but after that I'm fine.
I'm just so stubborn. I just cannot get up in the mornings. Mum has to come up to my room and literally shake us.
With parents and teachers across the country battling with these morning monsters every day, could it be that there's more to teenagers than simply being lazy?
Good morning.
Could there be a scientific explanation?
I still can't be bothered at all to get up.
The first clues to the mystery of the teenage lie-in were not discovered at 8 o'clock on a school day morning, but 375 feet beneath the Earth's surface in a cave deep in the heart of Texas. In 1962, self-experimenting French geologist Michel Siffre began a series of groundbreaking studies in which he lived and worked without clocks for months at a time underground. Siffre lost track of time, but carefully recorded data revealed that his body was keeping a regular routine of sleeping, waking, and other bodily functions. It was the first direct proof that humans have their own internal timekeeping mechanism, or body clock.
Many of our most basic drives, the need to sleep, the need to eat, the need to drink, they're not just because we've not slept or eaten recently. In fact, it's our body clock telling us when we need to do these things.
But while we all have an internal clock, the rhythm of this clock is not the same for everybody.
Although the average is slower, and they've got something like a 25-hour clockwork.
These different cycle lengths help to explain some of our most basic behaviour.
Those at the extremes are people we often refer to as larks and owls. Larks are those people who are up early, shorter body clocks, whereas those who have a longer clock tend to lag behind the day-night cycle and tend to be more owl-like in their behaviour.
I'm very much a late type. I'm happiest going to bed late and getting up late.
I'm well used to getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
So I like to go to bed later and wake up later.
I feel great of an evening.
And that's why I'm an academic, because I don't have to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
But it's not just the length of our individual cycles that affect what time we get up in the morning. It's our age, too.
We start life being morning types, but after the age of around about 10, we tend to drift later and later through our teenage years, and until our early 20s, we start to go to bed slightly earlier again. Finally, at the age of 55, we are going to bed at the time we were going to bed at the age of 10.
Scientists don't know why age has such a strong correlation with the time that we wake up, but the evidence is the same all over the world. Between the ages of around 13 and 21, we consistently get up later than at any other time in our lives. It's vindication for Taylor and teenagers across the country.
Of course, a lot of people think that teenagers are just lazy. I'm sure some are lazy, but there clearly is a biological predisposition for going to bed late and getting up late.
But is this teenage biology putting them at a disadvantage first thing in the morning? Could the changes in their body clocks be affecting their education?
Come on.
No! Teenagers across the country are doing some of the most important work in their life at times that don't suit them. And that makes me worry that we need to address it, and we need to address it quickly.
I want you to think about the following, and it goes like this. Whether you prefer to actually get up early in the morning, or whether you prefer to get up late in the morning.
In order to find out what time would best suit his teenagers to learn, Headmaster Paul Kelly is subjecting the whole school to a series of tests.
On those sheets of paper you will see a list of words. They're separated into pairs in a grid. I'd like you to spend a minute looking at those words and memorising as many of those pairs as you possibly can. When you're ready, after 3...
Pupils will sit 2 tests, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. These tests have been devised with the help of Russell Foster, Professor of Neuroscience from the University of Oxford.
The prediction would be that as most teenagers are evening types, their scores will do better in the afternoon compared to the morning.
And in exactly the same way as we did this morning, I would like you to see how many of those pairs of words you can remember.
In the morning, they scored 42% correct answers. And in the afternoon, they scored 51. Almost a 10% improvement just by shifting something in the time of the day.
Now, these are preliminary data, but what's exciting is that they match what's been found in more detailed studies in both Canada and the United States.
For Paul Kelly, these remarkable results signal the need for radical changes. In an unprecedented way, teenage biology could dictate the shape of his school timetable.
We're looking at having the core of learning for all students between 11 and 3, and then having independent learning on both sides of that, so that they can do their learning at the time that's optimal for them.
And really, we want to get the best out of these individuals. So if we can structure the school day that fits in with their temporal biology, then why not?
It's just so much effort.
By simply paying attention to their body clocks, it could be possible to improve the education and exam results of teenagers across the country. So, body clock science has given teenagers license to lie in bed all day. But they're not the only ones who can benefit by paying attention to their body clocks. Still to come, we'll find out why dinner time could be deadly and why your grandmother shouldn't wear sunglasses. But first, you need to pay attention to the next few hours of the morning. It could be the difference between life and death. At this time of the morning, you will probably be out of bed and raring to go. But beware of injecting these early hours with too much vigour. The rhythms inside your body are changing, and these changes could make you more vulnerable and exposed than you imagine. First on the danger list is blood pressure.
Well, the biggest increase in blood pressure occurs in the first 3 hours following waking from sleep. So typically between 7 or 8 and 11 in the morning.